venue, Marisa for hosting, and Daryl for recording. This first one is called Human Nature. Crushed walnut skins made their ink for hide and skin. Spring bread with mayapple flour. Fall tortillas with acorn flour. Birds' feathers on their feet and heads. A homemade bow or spear with hand-chopped stone blades. Fishing with bone hooks. Warming by fire, made by rubbing sticks, till friction ripped skin from their palm. Plants to heal their wounds and soothe their soul. 3 sisters for growing, corn, beans, and squash, dead fish under them all. And at harvest, a yell, a whoop, a holler, a dance of thanks and happiness for thousands of years, until us, me, my ancestors, rebels with a cause, changing the beat of the drum from spiritually to militarily, peace to war for land, slaves for building again. And now this? Really? It's come to this? What did you expect? They went from walnuts to slaves right through the Indians. It makes me sick to think from where I've come. I'm honored above most. 3 of my ancestors rode that Mayflower, ported and claimed it their own. What arrogant bastards, running from taxes, stealing from Indians, until their children believed it was theirs. And now this, and now this. It's really come to this. Why didn't the Pilgrims choose the Indian way? Why didn't they leave the Africans be? I fear human nature is far worse than any of us wants to admit. Teetotalingly he dappled sweat from his brow over and over till he wrung the kerchief dry and began again the process of hiding his nervousness. Throughout the day-long court process, his freedom on the line, in the hands of the judge, his aunt's ex-husband, hopefully without a grudge against the family. His crime, the wrong place, at the wrong time, guilt by association. It had been the same his whole life. He just didn't know it till now. Now his guts remorsed inside him, entangling his emotions as never before. He wanted to say he was sorry, but didn't know why. At day's end, when the judge's gavel came smashing down, his fate decided. "Tell me that you love him," said the judge, "and I'll tell you to go home." This is called poetry. No more can I put to the paper, the pen. It seems never could I write in ease from the pressures of being judged. Perhaps I will only write for me, never speak it or publish, keep it to myself, and just those closest to me. I'll be sure to get good review. I believe they're being true. Every time they said, "Wow, that's cool, I relate to you." I won't put it out there for those who disagree with me, who think it's bad and can't be glad for what I've said. I know, like music, there are different kinds. Some are slow and for touching, some for jumping around muchly. Some keep time with the beat, others back and forth, over the fence of being out there, uncontained, wild, free, where people write easily, just slips off the pen, like instruments ringing with improv, spontaneously playing what's in them, where the toes of your mind are tapping, the fingers in your head snapping, bodies grooving. Can words be music for you? Do you hear the melody as they're spoken, as your heart awoken to the beating drum of the pen, tapping on your paper until the song is ended, and then sometimes you play it again and again until you understand it. Sometimes you shelf it and never play it again. This is titled Poets. I thought maybe they see it differently than me. Perhaps they see the whole picture, past, present, future, where people are and why, not so caught up in now. So I must stop what I'm doing and change, learn to see things in a whole new way. Like when the moon becomes a message to the seer from afar. When the likelihood of happiness befuddles even the worst protagonist. Do you use split infinitives to stave ambiguity? You construct poems like buildings, erecting them presupposed, removing the art of spontaneous writing. How do you live with yourself? Or have you heard none of this before and just write? You are a purist in the most literate form of the word. You write with trust and faith, allowing the words to choose you. Together we are both poets, sharing paper and ink, a voice for the words. This is my last one. It's my advice to the doctor. Other than working 14-hour days, motivated by money, 7 days a week for years and years, you could take a walk in the woods, listen to a bird, watch a chipmunk, look at a flower, lots of flowers, follow a butterfly wherever it goes, eat wild berries, taste nature, make homemade wine, have a glass or two, wake up tomorrow with the sun, do something new, take a walk on the beach, ride a canoe up a creek, have lunch out of town, find something to write about, go to the fair, stare at a mare, right in the eye after you've given her hay. See what people say, telepathically. They won't mind, they're living in their own time, with thoughts far from yours or mine. But hey, it's your day, do what you want, work till you sleep, don't even eat. Just think of all your things. Whatever floats your boat, I'll be loving God. See you later on, perhaps in Chapter 2. Chapter 2 of the Doctor's Advice. You could ride a bike, fly a kite behind your car, drive out real far, hike back or take a bus, meet some people and help them out, put your fingers in the dirt, plant a seed and watch it grow day by day when you visit your garden and the birds and the bees while you pull the weeds. Keep your yard so neat. Build a park for families to meet and play. You've got the means for so many things. I probably don't think big enough. What is it you'd like to do? Eat real healthy and exercise? Adjust your body's chemistry to one of peace and tranquility? Bring along some friends to see the new you. That's the end of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 will write itself. If you'll dare walk away from the cliff of work, the load of days, piled into years, that you stand atop of looking down at life. Step out on faith. Live life before it's too late.